Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Civil War. I'm really excited about this. I mean, it's Friday, and normally new movies come out streaming on Tuesday. So on Tuesday we got a couple of good ones, right? And one of those was Fall Guy. I'm all in on Friday. Friday I'm gonna watch Fall Guy. I'm like so in, right? And then Atlas is on Netflix. They've released them on Fridays. I was like, okay, I'm not in a hurry. Fall Guy's the one. And then today I wake up and it's like Fandango at home, Civil War. I'm like, what? Like, I've been waiting for this movie for a while. You know, Where the World Ends and all that stuff. So this one is like, I don't know. This one got a lot of hype and I'm really excited for it. A journey across a dystopian future America following a team of military embedded journalists as they race against time to reach DC before the rebel factions descend upon White House. I don't know. What it means is, I don't know what it means, but what I think of it is, there's a civil war, a modern day civil war happening in the United States. And so I mean, I'm not excited for that, excited for the movie. Kirsten Dunst is in it, and I thought it was interesting because she also pulled in her husband, what his name is, whatever, you know who he is. He's in it as well. He's a great actor. I think he's great. But in addition to those two, Nick Offerman's in it. Jefferson White from Yellowstone is in it. That's all I really recognize. It doesn't matter. 7.5 on IMDb. 68,626 people rated it so far. So, out today, Friday. So, I know you probably won't see this on Friday, but I'm excited. My daughter went to the movies. Probably heard the story before. She was going to the movies. She wanted to go see something, and it was gone. And I was like, go see Civil War. She didn't. She went to see Monkey Man and didn't appreciate it enough, but I think she should have saw this. So anyway, we'll see. I can't wait to see it. It's an hour and 48 minutes long, so stick around. I'll let you know what I think. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Civil War, and I am slightly disappointed, to be honest with you. Trying to remember, what was the other movie, Where the World Ends? You know, and I think that's what it's called, right? The Julia Roberts one and Ethan Hawke on Netflix. Loved that one. Loved it. This is not what I expected, and that's why I bring it up. Because I think, you know, that movie was like, there's mystery to it. There's, what do you call it? Conspiracy stuff, you know, and a lot of action. There's a lot of action in this one, so I thought I was getting something similar, but it's not, right? So I thought this movie was about a civil war that takes place in the United States, and while that's a part of the movie, that's not what the movie's about. The movie's about journalism. And I don't know if it's something different when it's journalism and taking photographs, like the photographer for journalism, and like war photographers, right? So people who go into war, which is crazy, and try and get these great shots of war, you know, people killing each other and stuff. And wow, you know, you think about it, like the type of mindset you've got to have, and the guts and all that kind of stuff, the courage to do all that. But it was interesting. So there is a civil war. So this is a journalism movie that takes place during some made-up civil war, right? And that's what it's about. It's not about, at least I didn't pick up on anything where they're, you know, this is why this organization or these people rose up against the president and the government. That just happens to be happening. And I think they're called WF. I don't even know what that means. And they're ascending on to D.C., so Washington, D.C. So we pick it up where Kirsten Dunst and whoever the other guy was like her buddy, are leaving. Wagner, Moura was the other guy, and he plays Joel in this. And they're going from New York to D.C. to try and, you know, capture all this, you know, journalism stuff. Which was odd because they say 827 miles. I don't think it's 827 miles from New York to D.C., but I could be wrong. I Googled it, and it was like 300 and something. It just feels like that's off. But anyway, that's the trip. So they got to go from New York to D.C., and they're going to catch all this stuff. And the other guy, Joel, wants to interview the president. Kirsten wants to take pictures. Well, along the way, or right there, they pick up 2 other people, some extra cargo, to help go throughout this. I'll build some more characters into this movie. And one of them's the young girl, who I had never seen before, and I thought she was pretty good. She actually plays Priscilla. So it's Cailee Spaeny, S-P-A-N, S-P-A-E-N-Y, whatever. That's her name. And I was like, you know, she's like a younger journalist. She wants to be a war journalist, and so she catches on with Kirsten Dunst, who happens to be like a, you know, very popular and astound, or, you know, whatever. So anyway, she's in it. She plays Priscilla in Priscilla, the movie, for the Elvis movie. And anyway, there's a whole. I didn't even realize who Elvis was in that one. I'm gonna check that one out now that I saw her. I liked her in this. Anywho, but that's what it's about. It's about all of that, and they're traveling through, you know, from New York to D.C. and the things that you can run into basically when the entire world is at war. Which you know, some of it you see like burned down stuff, houses on fire, helicopters. Like, okay, but it also, like, they had like dead people laying in the street. And I'm like, would that really still, you know what I mean? Like, I get it, there's a war going on, but there's not war going on right there. Like, this is, they're laying there for a while, you know, kind of stuff. Like, nobody's gonna clean that up. I don't know. So you don't know where they are within this war or what caused it, and who everybody is. Like, it wasn't that clear to me, and maybe I didn't watch it close enough, but I was pretty much watching it as much as I could. It was truly just about getting the pictures. And, you know, so I think I say that so much because I think if you don't know about this movie and you're going into the same way I am, you're going to come out the same way I am and disappointed because you're expecting something else. So hopefully I'm letting you know, like, that is nothing. There's no conspiracy theories. There's no, you know, connection. They made a big thing of, like, when that other movie came out, like, oh, this is the next one. They're trying to tell us all something. No, they're just telling us not to be war photographers, you know, or whatever, or be one if you want to. I don't know. But it was interesting. Here's the interesting piece I also took from this, was how they treat the press. Like, they're right there with the soldiers going in and they're taking pictures. The soldiers are protecting them. Like, I would think, like, just get out of the way. You know what I mean? Like, don't do whatever you want, but don't get in my way, kind of thing. But they're like, okay, when we move, you move, and like that kind of stuff. And I was like, wow. You know, and they get protection, which is fine. I get that. Maybe that happens, but this really went the extra mile. Not only do they get protection, but they get, you know, help going through all these things. So that was an interesting point. I know I'm going long and far down, probably more than you wanted to know, but not the movie I expected. The acting was great. I liked the characters. Like I said, I even liked that Cailee. Yeah, I never saw her before. I thought she was interesting. Kirsten Dunst and the other guy were really good. And Jesse Plemons, that's Kirsten Dunst's husband. Once I saw him, I remembered his name. He's in it for a brief, you know, he's not a big role, but he has like a cameo in it. But I don't know. I think it would have been better for me if I would have went in with the right headspace, and I did not. So while it was entertaining and good, it wasn't what I was hoping for. So slightly disappointed. But still a good movie. Now that you know all this, maybe you'll enjoy it a little bit more. But that's all I gotta say. Hopefully that was helpful. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.